Hey guys, this is going to be a review of Legend of Korra Book 4, Episode 4, The Calling. I've been doing reviews for the first 3 episodes of the season on my blog. I haven't made videos and I thought that I really needed to, so we're gonna do this. And I'm glad that we're doing it for this one because I'm really excited. I became really excited for this last episode because I just loved the idea of finally getting to see the Airbender kids because we really haven't seen them much in the first 3 episodes. I have like the 100th fly of the week in my room right now and I cannot be bothered to kill it because I've killed like 100 flies already this week, so you're probably gonna be able to hear it and I'm sorry, but it's driving me more crazy than you, I can almost guarantee. But anyway, I was really excited to see them and have them in an episode, especially with the age jump now that they're older, like just getting kind of a feel, I guess, for what they're like now, and I was not disappointed. I love the 3 of them. I love their dynamics now that they're older, and just the arguing amongst them. It was just great. I really love how all 3 of them have aged, and I made the comment about how Aang and all of them were around their age when they were traveling the world, which is kind of, they are a bit younger. Jinora is 14, which was the age that Katara was in the original series, but Iggy and Milo are younger, so as a whole they're not technically the age that they were, but it was really weird for me because that made me realize that Jinora is the same age Katara was in The Last Airbender, and that does not seem right. Like, it doesn't feel like she should be that old, but it's just they've gotten so big, and I really love, we didn't get much with Jinora in this episode really. She was mostly meditating, but which I guess was kind of a Jinora like thing to do, but I really loved Iki and Milo in this episode. I loved Jinora too, but I particularly loved Iki and Milo in this episode. I thought that they were great. I loved Milo's insistence that they were going to hunt, and then I think it was Iki, not Jinora, who made the comment about how they were vegetarians and don't hunt, but Milo was like so gung-ho about finding their own food. He threw their food away. I thought that that was hilarious, and something like, I feel like that was such a 9-year-old boy thing to do, and I just really loved him in this episode. He was adorable and hilarious, and I tweeted this when I was watching the episode, but he's really starting to remind me of Sokka. He's definitely younger because Sokka was 15 in the original series and Milo's 9 now, so because of those age differences there's like personality differences, but I just foresee Milo as being so much like Sokka when he's like 15 that it's crazy to me, because like I'm already seeing hints of it at 9. Like, I definitely feel like he got a lot of the same personality traits that Sokka has, and I know this is the last season, so we're probably not going to see him older, but I would love to see him at like 15 because I just foresee him as being not exactly like Sokka, but similar in a lot of ways, and it was just something that kind of hit me while watching this episode. Like, I can't remember what it was he did, but there was something, just some point in the episode where it just hit me that he seemed so much like Sokka, and yeah, him with the girl was like the food thing and the girl thing were like my favorite parts with Milo. He was adorable, and him getting mad at Iki because she scared away the love of his life, Milo was just adorable. And in their search for Korra, the kids come across the vendor guy who had the picture of Aang and Korra. I loved that because I love that we got to see Korra's picture, because I don't think we saw him take the picture, but I don't think we actually saw the picture in the episode where Korra met him. But I thought it was interesting that the kids don't even mention the Aang picture. They're so focused on the Korra picture that they don't seem to acknowledge the fact that there's a picture of Aang there too. But I kind of wish that they had, because I just think that that would have been cute. But I love that Korra's picture and Aang's picture side by side, and like just the difference between the two of them, like posing. Korra's not even posing. I thought that was hilarious. And in this episode, Korra tries to get stories out of Toph, which is great because if I met Toph, I would want to get stories out of her too. But she starts launching into these stories about the original series, and I loved it so much. And my favorite line is when she's talking about teaching Aang earthbending, and she just concludes, like, her very last sentences, and Sokka fell in a hole. I died of laughter. Partially, I think I'm definitely going to acknowledge that part of my reason for loving that line is the fact that I'm a Sokka shipper. So obviously just Toph mentioning Sokka got me really excited. Like, just saying his name made me really excited. But even more than that, like, looking beyond shipping, just the fact that that was how she concluded the story, just simply Sokka fell in a hole, was hilarious to me. And I love both Toph and Sokka, and I just thought that was hilarious. But I love in her story about defeating the Fire Lord, and she's so, like, just kind of nonchalant about it. Like, I was in, what did she say? I was in a Zeppelin or airship, I can't remember. And like, I can't remember exactly what she said, but she's just so nonchalant, and like, it happened, we did that, it was really awesome, but she's so, like, it wasn't a big deal. And it's such a tough way of telling a story, and I really, really enjoyed that scene. Also because obviously we got talk about what happened in the previous series, but I love that because I don't think that we've seen Katara and Zuko, but I don't think either one of them have told stories about what happened in the original series other than Zuko's one line about once sending Combustion Man after Aang. But other than that, I think that's the first time that we've gotten, like, a story from one of the original gang members, and I thought that was awesome. I love that. I love throwbacks to the original series in Korra. Iggy gets captured, and for a minute I thought that we were going to see Kuvira. Like, I thought that they were going to get turned in and everything and not find Korra, but that is not the way that they went. And I have to say, like, while they were holding Iggy captive, I could, like, tell at some point, it just hit me that she definitely knows what she's doing. Like, she definitely knows what they're planning, and she's purposefully getting information out of them. And I thought that was hilarious because I love that, which is, like, that was great to me. I think that was Iki's, like, biggest moment. I feel like in the past she's always been overshadowed by Jinora and Milo. Like, Jinora has been, like, the glorified, like, she does all these amazing things and saves the day kind of one of the siblings. Rohan's the cute baby. Milo's the adorable, like, little kid who's running around and being crazy and, like, the comic relief. And then Iki has never really had, like, a thing that she was known for, I guess. She's always just kind of been there, I feel like. And this episode, just seeing her do that, seeing her, like, assess the situation and realize how she could play these guys to her advantage, even though they had her captive, and she could get information. And then, like, when Jinora and Milo show up and knock the guys out, like, she immediately jumps out of the ropes. Like, she could have got out of the ropes at any point in time, but she was choosing to stay there to get information. And I just love that because I feel like that's an aspect of her that we've never seen before, and just knowing that she's that smart, I really enjoyed the fact that she got that scene because it added a new layer to her character that I don't think we ever really got to see before. Iki also had the idea to go to the swamp, which was obviously the very correct idea, and I just love the fact that Jinora is, like, the spiritually connected one, and the swamp is supposed to be such a spiritual place, but even Jinora doesn't want to stay there because she can't sense Korra, and she feels like that means Korra's not there, when obviously it just means that Korra's not really, like, Korra's just really disconnected from the spiritual. But I just love the fact that she was the one who picked up, like, we should go to the swamp, and when they get pulled down with the vines, she's the one who realizes that the swamp is telling them something, even though Jinora is supposed to be the spiritual one, and Jinora doesn't get that. So I just really love how responsible Iki was in this episode for them actually finding Korra. When Korra does sense the kids and realize that they're there, I was actually really surprised with how happy she was because she purposefully didn't go back to Republic City and she wasn't like quite healed at that point. Like she obviously used a spiritual connection or whatever to see them, but she hadn't gotten the metal out. She'd like literally just had like that moment with the tree, and she had been avoiding Republic City on purpose. And so like I kind of felt like when she realized that the kids were there, she would not be happy about it. Like she wouldn't want them there because she didn't seem ready to go back to Republic City until they showed up. And well, she got the metal out of her, but I mean that was after. And so I was kind of surprised when she was happy, but happy that she was happy. And that was a cute scene. The kids finding her and hugging, and then Korra introducing them as Aang's grandchildren, which I'm pretty sure, obviously we've known that they're Aang's grandchildren in the entire series, but I'm pretty sure that's the first time that anyone ever actually said the words Katara and Aang's grandchildren. And I'm pretty sure I had to pause the episode and just take a moment, because I'm still not over the fact that we know for a fact that Aang and Katara had kids and Aang and Katara have grandkids, and we've been following this story that is about Aang and Katara's kids and grandkids, and I still can't get over the fact that Aang and Katara have kids and grandkids. So actually hearing the phrase on the show I just had to take a moment. But Toph meeting them was like even bigger, and just getting to see the moment where Toph met the Airbender kids, and Milo realizing that she's Toph and calling her cranky, and then Toph saying that she liked him, and that was just such an amazing scene. I'm so happy that we got to see that. I'm so happy that we got to see Toph like meet Aang and Katara's grandkids, because even though like it wasn't really significant in the grand scheme of things, I just really loved that happened. I was really excited, but it was also really cute because Korra and the kids were reunited, but I loved that scene. And then Korra bends the metal out of her and is healed, and that's exciting. I was expecting that to be drawn out for longer. I didn't think that it would be resolved this early in the season, so that was kind of surprising, but cool at the same time. Like I'm really glad that she's better, and I don't know if we'll have any leftover stuff still. Like I can't figure out if she's going to be entirely healed and moved on from the past, or if she's still going to have to work on that in future episodes. Because maybe that will continue. Like maybe she'll still be working on moving past all the past villains, or maybe like the rest of the season will just be focused on fighting Kuvira. It'll be interesting to see which way that goes and how focused on Korra, because I think a lot of people are really excited about the idea of a season being focused more internally on Korra, and I'm not sure if now it's going to be all more external and just Kuvira, or if we're going to continue to have personal struggles with Korra. But it'll be interesting to see which direction they go. I mean, I think they can make an amazing story either way they go, but I just was not expecting her to heal herself like only 4 episodes in. But after that, she asked Toph for a hug, and Toph allows it, and that was adorable, which I found funny because, I mean, Toph was a part of group hugs with the gang in the first season, so, like, I feel like, obviously she's not very touchy-feely, but I wouldn't have thought her, like, completely adverse to hugs when she cares about someone, I guess, which, I mean, I guess Korra had to reach that point, but that was really cute. I really liked that little bit, and I really loved Toph's comment about finally being alone, but I'm also really sad because I'm not sure if she's going to show up again. It doesn't seem like she is. I definitely get the impression from the end of this episode that we're not going to see her again. I was really hoping that we would get a scene with Toph, Katara, and Zuko all together and interacting, because I just really want a scene with the 3 of them together, even if they were just in the same place but in like the background but near each other, so that we knew they interacted but we didn't actually see the interaction. I would be happy about that. Like I would be thrilled just knowing that they had talked to each other. But I can also understand not bringing Toph back. I don't know if we're going to see Zuko again. We saw the one glimpse of him earlier this season, but I kind of feel like he's not going to be in the season, which kind of makes me sad, just because, not just for Zuko, I want to see Zuko again. I want to see his daughter, and actually like get some of her personality other than her just sitting there, which is all that we've gotten so far. But also, aside from that, like I just really want to see the Fire Nation. We've seen the Fire Nation once and it was basically not even seeing the Fire Nation. So we've spent so much time in the Earth Kingdom lately and dealt with the airbenders. That's pretty much been the vast majority of the show, but we've also had a lot with the water tribes, especially with the southern water tribe, even a bit with the northern water tribe. Pretty sure there's been more with the northern water tribe than there has the Fire Nation. Fire Nation has really only been involved from the firebenders in Republic City, Zuko's appearances, and the one bit with the fire sages. That was hardly focused on Fire Nation at all, and I just really wish that I know they were the villains of the first season, but I think that would just make it all the better if they got to play like a positive role in this season. Like obviously Kuvira is going to be the big villain, so you have like a Earth Kingdom villain this season, and they're going to have to try and like save the Earth Kingdom, and I think that it would be really awesome if we got to see the Fire Nation play a role in helping the Earth Kingdom and making things right, because to me that would just be, since this is the final season, it would be kind of satisfying to know that in the first season Fire Nation was the villain and had been waging war with the entire rest of the world for 100 years, and then come like 50 years after the war ends, they were helping the world and helping establish peace in the Earth Kingdom. It could kind of be like a really nice, like if they do that right, I feel like that could be like a really nice way to end the series, like the Fire Nation helping the world as opposed to hurting the world. So I would really, really like for the Fire Nation to be involved in this season more than they have been in the past, and it's kind of a bonus that could potentially bring Zuko and his daughter back into the story, and hopefully Katara too. I feel like out of Katara, Zuko, and Toph, we have the most chance of seeing Katara again, even if it's really brief, but I don't know if we will or not. I kind of feel like we're not going to see Toph again, but I would really, really, really like for her to show up, but we'll see what happens. So I think that's all I have to say for this episode. Korra's going back to Republic City now, so I'm assuming that next episode we're going to have her interacting with the rest of Team Avatar, and I'm really excited about that, and because it'll be the first time they've seen each other in years, and I'm really excited to see that play out. But yeah, I think that's all that I have to say about this episode, so I will see you guys later. Bye.